I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah.
All right, on the road again. By the way, good morning. And this was a very nice KOA. You know, I just came here to sleep, basically. I didn't really get to enjoy all the amenities, but they have like a heated pool and hot tub and all that kind of thing. But yesterday I arrived so tired. I was tempted, let me tell you, but I just went to sleep like at 9 p.m., something like that.
Today, we don't really have a set destination. I know tomorrow I want to be in Gardiner to meet up with longtime viewers Jason and Misty. And in theory, I could make it today. It's just a little over 400 miles, but why rush? Besides, I want to stop by Butte, supposed to be a cool town. I think it is going to be a beautiful drive. Still a little bit smoky here in late August 2020, and this, by the way, marks the beginning of our return trip back to Florida. Is that a body of water I see up ahead? It sure is. That is Flathead Lake. And there were a bunch of things I wanted to do in this area, including a brewery. But, as is usually the case, some things have to fall off the map. I want to be in Salt Lake City in about a week, where Illy will join me for part of the eastbound trip. And I have to squeeze a couple of work days between here and there, so we really have to put some miles behind us. Maybe later I can take a break at one of these pullouts. Flathead Lake here, by the way, is the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi in the lower 48. And it is beautiful, isn't it? I definitely have to make it a point to come back soon. It is also one of the cleanest lakes in the populated world, according to what I've read. Let's take a break.
Well, not a bad day at the office, if you ask me. It's always good to work with a lake view.
Well, I've spent about an hour here, edited some video. Definitely a very beautiful lake, and it definitely looks very clean.
Very nice. Alright, took a break here. Actually, not a bad day at the office. I mean, look at this view. Got a little bit of work done, actually. And, you know, I have like a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C now for where to stay tonight. One of them is a Harvest Host. They haven't called me back. One of them is a Walmart. One of them is a relatively remote, dispersed camping area. And we could always come up with a plan C and D and E, and you know, we have the whole alphabet. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is amazing. I wish I could stay here all day, but you know, it's kind of noisy, and this is a pull-out. It's really not meant for you to stay like a long time. But it's very tempting, very tempting. Before we continue, let me tell you about Skillshare, who is sponsoring this episode. And Skillshare, what it is an online learning community with thousands of courses in all kinds of things. And as you know, as a content creator, our education never ends. We always have to be learning new skills, staying on top of our game. So I've been looking at this class by Andy J. Pizza. It's called Find Your Style, 5 Exercises to Unlock Your Creative Identity. And 5 exercises, yeah, as you can see, it has a bunch of lessons and different exercises to, to flex those creative muscles. And it's not only about creativity, they also have business courses, which I've also been taking advantage of, and about productivity, all kinds of things. So I'm going to add a link to Skillshare in the video description. The first 1,000 people who use that link in my video description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And after that, it's only about $10 a month. And I want to thank them for sponsoring this episode. Now back to Montana.
There's the Miracle of America Museum. Seems cool, perhaps someday, but not today. Let's continue pushing south. Oh, what a beautiful drive. We're arriving in Missoula, and the Walmart here is actually my plan B. The Harvest Host, they never called me back, so let's check it out. Wow, it is pretty busy. And it is early in the day, so if I don't like it, I could always go somewhere else. I didn't really like this Walmart for overnight purposes. I mean, at least not at this time. It is extremely busy. And there's this guy, he just parked right behind me.
Feet, turn left toward FAS 263, Mullen Road.
Idling his SUV. Either he's waiting for someone, but why park right behind an RV, almost blocking me? I mean, luckily I always, leave like half a space in front of me, just so I can maneuver. In front of me, I leave a little bit of space, not enough for a car to park, but enough for me to be able to get out.
In 800 feet, turn
That's
right
kind
onto
of my
Clark Lane.
That's kind of my MO. But Missoula here, but very busy, this Walmart, and I'm sure it's fine. Like if you wanna buy something, but no, I decided to do what I usually do, and we're. When I need to find something quickly in a pinch and not be calling a bunch of different places, I got the KOA at Butte. It's a 2-hour drive, a little expensive for what it is. It's for a quick overnight. It was like $50. Yeah, I know. Judge me, but it's probably $20 that I saved, not spending an hour researching different places and calling and looking for a better deal. There's downtown Missoula, and yes, this was one of those Walmarts that gave me that feeling, kind of like the creeps. One of those that you can't really put your finger on it, but something doesn't feel right. I mean, there were a bunch of homeless people loitering, and when it doesn't feel right, it is always best to move, especially if you have the time. Now, Butte, I've always wanted to go there for a while now. It was at one point like the copper capital of Montana or something like that, so I want to see what remains. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but what a beautiful drive, huh? Oh no, it's getting smoky again. It's been a pretty long drive, but here we are, finally! Butte, Montana, and we might do a little bit of sightseeing tomorrow, but right now, I just want to get to the campground. Butte KOA. Probably a little basic for 50 bucks, but hey. I guess this is one of those campgrounds that is more the location than the amenities. I mean, it is not bad, just kind of basic. Okay, so apparently they do have a swimming pool. I just saw a family with 2 little girls go that way. So, it's there, yeah. So, not as basic as I thought it was, but still, this is just a quick overnight. I'm kind of tired, but yeah, just gonna have some Cuban coffee and try to do as much of that video that I need to finish by Sunday, by Saturday actually. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning, good late morning actually, from Butte, Montana. And today's main destination is the Rocky Mountain RV Resort or RV Park. I don't know exactly what they call it, in Gardiner, Montana. We're not gonna go into Yellowstone. This is gonna be mostly a working week here, as you all know. We have several videos to finish, but first, let's check out this the historic downtown Butte, which is that area over there. Let me show you. That would be it, right? And that will be the Butte they are referring to in the name of the town, maybe? In any case, Butte, Montana here used to be the copper capital of the world, I believe. And it used to be a vibrant downtown, and according to what I read, it's kind of abandoned today. There's Metals Bank, and all these streets, they are named after metals like iron, aluminum, and farther up, other minerals like granite, quartz. Pretty cool. Seems to be some kind of watchtower. Oh, it is the site of Butte's first mine. This coming up, the most productive copper and silver mine. Alright, let's go all the way to the top. I wonder what this is. It doesn't say. Next time, we definitely have to do this without the trailer and with more time. This road looks kind of sketchy. I think I better go back. We definitely have to come back and explore this town. I had no idea it would be so picturesque. We continue on our journey to Gardiner, Montana, the gateway to Yellowstone National Park. The terrain is becoming increasingly mountainous, and I like it. Here we are, finally. Gardiner, Montana, super touristy town with lots of things to do, out of which we are going to do just one. Meet up with longtime viewers Jason and Misty.
Okay, this is where we're going. Iron Horse Bar and Grill.
We're here in Gardiner, Montana, and we're at the Iron Horse Bar and Grill here in Gardiner, Montana.
And we're having IPAs.
We're having IPAs.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Great to meet you finally in person.
Absolutely.
Finally
in person.
Well, good morning. I just making sure, I crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's. Greetings and salutations, love and light. Oops, I did it again. Like Britney Spears. I came to most touristy town, the gateway to America's first national park. And I spent the whole time working. Well, not really. That's not true. I spent a great time with Jason and Misty on Thursday night. We went to the local saloon here, if we want to call it that. Had some IPAs. Got to know each other in person. And I want to thank Doug and Don. They came and they gave me a bottle of wine, which I'm going to open. I forgot to put my Fitbit, which I'm going to open on Friday when Illy comes into town. And I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to clean my windows. Let me do that real quick, and then we can go. Alright, not perfect, but much better. Whew, my barber is gonna charge me double when I go back to Miami. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because the
the road coming here into this park was beautiful, and I want to take a couple of pictures right next to the Yellowstone River down there. And then we're gonna go into Yellowstone, but we're not gonna do a whole lot in Yellowstone. I wonder which would be the best way to get out of here. Yes, go straight. But basically, just driving through Yellowstone. I'll put a link to my my big Yellowstone video.
Make a U-turn, then turn right.
What do you mean a U-turn? From last year. And then reserved parking. Yeah, this is parking for all these big rigs here. Did I hit record on the camera on the roof? No, I have a doubt. Yes, it is recording. It's one of those mornings. Did I have breakfast? Yes, I did. Oh man, it should be a fun trip today. We're gonna go into Idaho. I mean, 3 states today. We are right now in Montana. We're gonna go into Wyoming and then into Idaho. That's the plan.
In 800 feet, turn right onto US 89 North, Scott Street West.
There we go. Now it's figured out where I want to go. I mean, I didn't really do anything in this campground. It's a little tight. The sites are a little tight, but it's nice, and it's like right here, you know. And some of the sites, they have a great view. Not mine, but some of them they do, and it's pretty much walking distance to town. I just didn't do it. Yeah. Let's put gas. Oh, that gas station is like super busy town here.
Turn right onto US 89 North, Scott Street West.
That's why I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Maybe, you know, stop at one of those viewpoints, see the Yellowstone River, and then we'll come back. We'll take a picture with the Roosevelt Arch. Put gas.
Continue on US 89 North for 7 miles.
As I said, let's backtrack a little bit and enjoy some of the views. Maybe even fly the drone, and then we go back south through Yellowstone into Wyoming and then Idaho. So it is going to be a 3-state day, with lots of different landscapes and things to do. Hey, this looks like a good spot to fly the drone from. Yeah, all of a sudden, all these people showed up and I'm like, really? Alright, let's look for another spot, get a different view. Besides, those people were making me nervous.
think this is an official condoned trail, but look at the Yellowstone River down there. So let's do a quick drone flight.
Now for real, let's put some miles behind us. Okay, let's stop one last time.
Here's the scenic turnout.
Interesting mountain. And we're back in Gardiner. Let's put gas, let's fill it up, because I don't want to run out in the middle of Yellowstone. Yes, we're gonna go into the park, but it is basically kind of just a drive-through. We're not gonna do much. There's Roosevelt Arch, and I've always wanted to drive under it. With the trailer in tow, actually. And it looks like today I'm gonna get my chance. It is such a beautiful day too, isn't it? Love the clear blue skies. We're entering Yellowstone, and at some point, we're supposed to cross into Wyoming, but I've taken this road twice now, and I've never seen the sign. So of course, I checked on Google Street View, and it used to be right here to the left of this 25 miles per hour sign. So they must have removed it, or maybe it fell, it broke, got removed, who knows. Soon we'll be arriving in Mammoth, home to the hot spring of the same name, and in my opinion, one of the most unique features of the park. Last time I was here, you could see elk roaming around all over the place, but not today. Yeah, it is like something out of this world, isn't it? I had every intention of just driving through, but you can't come to Yellowstone, our first national park, and not stop at least once, right? And this pullout has my name on it.
We can take a quick little break. Hopefully it's not too long a trail.
This one is called Frying Pan Spring. Pretty cool.
Well, now we can say we saw one spring in Yellowstone. I mean, I would love to stop at that other geyser basin. I forgot the name right now.
It is called Norris Geyser Basin, and this is the overlook. Let me tell you, very tempting. It is actually very tempting to stop and see Steamboat Geyser. So much for just driving through. If I can find parking, I'm gonna check it out real quick. And they have RV parking.
All right, let's check it out. Oh, look at that. By the way, this is one of the things that I did not visit last year. Oh no.
Apparently, when Steamboat Geyser erupts, it can damage your vehicle's glass and paint. How about humans? I mean, we are even more fragile, right? It is a quarter-mile walk to Steamboat Geyser. maybe we'll get lucky and see it erupt. This one is called Emerald Spring, and I can see why. Some of these springs have like the most incredible colors. Oh wow, Steamboat is the world's tallest active geyser. I did not know that. Apparently, it erupted 3 days ago, so there's no telling when it could erupt again. I could stand here for 3 hours and maybe get lucky. Or not, so I'm gonna continue. That's how it's supposed to look. That one down there is called Cistern Spring, and apparently it drains completely every time Steamboat erupts. Let me tell you, these are definitely fascinating. We came all the way down here, but let's check out this other basin real quick. Well, I wish I could linger until one of these goes off, but the show must go on. Idaho awaits, and as I told you, I have to be in Salt Lake City in a couple of days. I think this image right here epitomizes Yellowstone. And with it, we're going to say goodbye to this park and to the great state of Wyoming. We'll be back, I promise. But now, well, you know, last year I fell in love with Idaho and I didn't even get to see the north, supposedly the best part. Don't get your hopes up, today we are not going there either, but I've heard great things about Mesa Falls and even more so, the craters of the moon. Of course, more about that on the next episode, in which we are going to explore another slice of Idaho. Until then, thank you so much for watching and see you on the road.
I